today I want to talk about the next potential catalyst that could further the current run in both AMC and GameStop and maybe even lead to the squeeze. So stay tuned and let's make some money. But now I'll dive straight in with the key information. So, God of Markets tweeted saying someone is buying options on GameStop 15 minutes apart, just like Roaring Kitty's posting schedule or tweet schedule last week. Now we can see here this is a large individual not just purchasing 1 or 2 call options contracts, but purchasing round lot 5,000 option contracts every 15 minutes. So these are options dated for the 21st of June 2024, which is over the next few weeks. It gives this individual time to capitalise on a further move upwards. And again, they were being purchased every 15 minutes throughout the day. Now this is happening at an interesting time because over the last week, this week, Roaring Kitty hasn't posted on Twitter at all. We're also coming into a long weekend where GameStop has just finished their recent equity offering and therefore has sold all of the shares they need to sell and won't have any further dilution. Into the close not long ago, both GameStop and AMC ran in the last few minutes towards the market close and also in the after hours as well. I think it will be very interesting to see what happens over this long weekend if Roaring Kitty starts to stream again and what impact that would have on both the prices of AMC and GameStop. If Roaring Kitty simply returning to X can cause the price of GameStop to run to $80 per share, imagine what would happen if he started doing daily YouTube live streams. Now, Wall Street Bets also posted this photo, which I thought was absolutely brilliant, saying this is how I know we're close to the mother of all short squeezes. This is obviously a photo of a calculator saying you're permanently banned from using the calculator because you've been trying to figure out your post-MOAS winnings way too many times. I can't tell you the amount of times I've gone to the calculator, typed in how many shares I'm holding, multiplying that by what prices I want to sell at, and trying to figure out how much money I'll have post-MOAS. Now, yet another article has recently been released from the mainstream media, now begging us to sell. So this article is titled GameStop Stock Analysis. Let's not do 2021 again, please. Saying put on your thinking cap and consider the risks of holding GameStop stock. Obviously, it's the typical mainstream media up to their old tricks again, suggesting that investors shouldn't consider buying and holding GameStop. But again, what I see from this article is just another article from the mainstream media and from the hedge funds begging us not to hold AMC or GameStop shares, please. It says video game retailer GameStop, along with global movie theatre chain AMC and a handful of other companies, are the talk of Wall Street again. It feels like 2021 all over again, but that's not necessarily a good thing for sensible investors. Suggesting that for serious, sensible investors, holding GameStop and AMC for multi-bagger profits, aka for a 5 times, 10 times, 20 times, or 100 times return, is a dangerous pursuit. But again, to me, it seems the only dangerous pursuit is to be a short hedge fund on the wrong side of a short squeeze. Now, the French AMC ape has tweeted one of the most encouraging things I've seen in a long time, saying the drop in OBV was an illusionist trick. I also wanted to talk about how Robert made back the cost of his entire lifetime membership to the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group in just one trade. So the other day in the group, we traded AKTS, which by the way was another day where I had 3 stocks on my watch list, and all 3 of those stocks went up by at least 20%. In the pre-market, I said I was watching for the AKTS breakout of 42 cents. I was also watching BuzzFeed to break $4.20 and also SPWR to break $3.35. So we can see AKTS in the pre-market broke that 42 cent high, where I told everyone that I was buying AKTS for a 38% return. Now, Robert actually brought in slightly on a dip and made a 43% gain, making $750 in just one trade. So guys, be sure to join the Millionaire Mindset Trading Group using the link in the description below for these kind of returns. So let's rewind all the way to 2021, explain what OBV is and what happened back in 2021 and what has happened since. So OBV is the on-balance volume which tracks the net buying and net selling in stock. Since 2021, we've had a net buy or net buying in GameStop and AMC into the billions of shares. aka billions more shares have been purchased than have been sold over the last few years. But through the start of 2024, this figure declined rapidly, suggesting there's been loads and loads of selling so far this year. That was obviously the shortest way to try and convince us, look guys, the OBV is going down, that means retail investors have sold, it means everyone's selling, so you might as well sell your shares. But then of course, in the matter of just a few days or in a week, that OBV figure has shot right back up now to new all-time highs, suggesting that actually even more shares have been bought than what was even bought before. Now, Crystal Ball has also tweeted this article saying he wonders how often this kind of mistake actually happens. So this article is titled about how a Citibank trader intending to sell $58 million worth of shares accidentally ended up selling $1.4 billion worth of shares. aka this trader accidentally short sold $1.35 billion worth of synthetics. Now, I don't know about you, but I really hate when I accidentally, instead of typing 58,000,000, that I fat finger that error and somehow type 14,000,000,000. Obviously that's sarcasm, and I personally have no idea how this guy managed to mistake 58 million for 1.4 billion. It's not like there's just one accidental extra zero on the end of it. There's entirely different numbers there. But of course, as usual, the bank and that individual only receive small fines instead of actual punishment being issued. Because of course the bank can fob it off and say it was performed on accident when, to me at least, that sounds like a deliberate error. It's not an accidental mistake, it's been done with purpose and with intent. Now, what I think is also very interesting is that ex-FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has just been called to a February 2nd hearing, February 2nd next year, to answer to claims from a Texas regulator that FTX US offered unregistered security products through its yield-bearing service. So it says here that Texans were able to buy and sell publicly traded stock through the firm. Now that suggests that Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX were selling unregistered securities that were publicly traded stocks. Of course, that's referring to those tokenized shares or those AMC and GameStop tokenized securities. aka when FTX said they had 400 million real shares of AMC on their platform, it sounds like they clearly didn't, and actually the entire time that was an unregistered business practice. But yeah, of course, I'm sure the hedge funds were still using these unregistered securities as actual real locates for their real, aka synthetic shorts. So it is interesting to see these tokenized securities weren't just theorized by us retail investors. It seems to be an actual fact they were unregistered securities, or at least it's in the back end of a lawsuit from the Texas State Securities Board. I guess it's not necessarily a proven fact yet until we see the outcome of this lawsuit, but you guys get what I mean. Now, Noctis Research has also tweeted this very interesting tweet showing a 950% short selling imbalance on and off markets in GameStop, saying GameStop is the most shorted mid to large cap stock in the history of the stock market, so big it has to be actively managed. So this is a screenshot showing the GameStop selling imbalance FTDs and threshold list, which again through 2017, 18, 19, 20, 2021, 2022, 2023 and now 2024 shows an imbalanced selling percentage of over 800%. Which again also suggests the shorts have been adding to their positions through 2021, 2022, 2023 and 2024. And as Gavin added, he said it sure would suck to be short GameStop right now. Good thing all the shorts closed out in January 2021 and didn't ever create synthetic shares, right? right? Of course, we know the shorts did not close out, and the shorts have created even more synthetics and are therefore going to be squeezed twice as hard this time round. But guys, be sure to let me know what you think down in the comments below. And as always guys, be sure to ding that notification bell, because that way you'll be alerted when I upload a new video. Cheers.